Today we're going to talk about a new principle of design. We're going to talk about emphasis today. If you're not sure what emphasis is, it's kind of like dominance. Dominance is when something is taking over. So emphasis is the focus point. So that's going to be our definition for this. So emphasis is the focus point of a composition. When you're trying to make a composition show emphasis, you need to ask yourself this question: how do I get the viewer's attention? You want to create one spot that the viewer will look at, and there are 3 ways to do that. The first way is contrast. The second way is size. And the third way is direction. So I'm going to start off by showing you contrast. Let's say I'm beginning to make a pattern. I can draw a circle here. I can fill it in. I can copy it. And I'm beginning to make a pattern. But let's say instead of a circle for this one, I'm going to do a red triangle. That red triangle is showing contrast in 2 ways. It's a different color and it's a different shape. So that becomes my focus point. So in this composition, I am showing emphasis on the triangle through contrast. Let's try size. I'm going to stay with my black circles, and I'm actually going to draw one that's even bigger. Back and change my color. Maybe I'll even draw an even bigger one. Now my focus point becomes the larger objects. My focus point becomes the larger objects because they're dominant. They're taking over more space than the little circles. So in this composition, I'm showing you emphasis through size. Now let's talk about direction. When it comes to direction, you could be as open as drawing an arrow. That could show direction. Or maybe you can do a repetition of lines. So let's say if I draw a circle in the middle, I'm just going to color it in. Maybe I'm just going to draw lines out. Every time I add a line from outside to the center, those lines are all going to one spot. That means they're pulling me into that circle. That is showing emphasis on the circle. But there's also another way I can do it too. Let's change it up. Let's draw a square. What I can do is I can just repeat lines. That move closer and closer in. As those lines start to build up, they don't have to be perfect, but they're creating an emphasis on that piece in the middle because they're holding our eyes in. So to go back, emphasis is when you create a focal point. You really just ask yourself, how do I get the viewer's attention? And you can use these three ways. You can use contrast, you can use size, and you can use direction, all within your composition. If you finish this early, you can go back and finish your contrast worksheet from yesterday. You can also go back and finish your balance worksheet from Monday. If you finish both or all three of your anchor charts, you can go onto sketch.io, or you can raise your hand and ask me for a blank sheet of paper to free draw.